We're going to start, though, with extending your mantle beyond the holiday season. We're going to make it good for all of winter. Please welcome Kimberley Seldon to start us off. Hello, honey. Hi, sweetie. First of all, this is a hot-looking fireplace.
It's beautiful. A hot-looking fireplace, and certainly not something that you would just have in for the holidays. But
no.
I want to talk for just a quick second about electric fireplaces. This one is from Hearth Manor. They have a couple of key things that make them amazing. First of all, no construction required. You plug them in, they're good to go. For people who don't want the heat but love the ambiance of a fireplace, the electric fireplaces have the capacity to turn the heat off.
Oh, that's great.
And then for somebody like me who's cold all the time, I just crank that baby up.
Me too.
Now, at holiday time, and you're thinking about where the tree goes, one of the nicest things about the fireplaces is you can move them. They're not attached to a wall.
True.
You can move them over so you have a little bit more room for your holiday tree and all that kind of stuff, which is fun. And then in terms of getting a look, of course, this one's kind of sleek and modern. It's really fabulous, and it's got the glass crystals at the bottom, a little bit of bling bling, which
it's
Tracy
very
totally
glam.
loves.
It's very glam.
But you could also do logs.
This is my thing, right up my alley.
You could do wonderful logs. So the holiday time, what happens is we all decorate the mantles, and it looks very holiday. And then suddenly, like 2 days later, that's over. But you're in the middle of like cleaning and preparing for the new year and all that kind of stuff. So I wanted to talk about ways that you could treat the holiday mantle but not necessarily make it Christmassy, so it would go all year long.
It's a smart thing to think about all the time. And every year I say to myself, okay, I'm going to put some of this stuff up, all the stuff up for the holidays, and some of the stuff will be able to stay and some has to go.
Some has to go.
Some's got to go.
Yeah.
You don't want a tree up for the whole year.
The longer you do it, the more you get used to just setting the stage for whole winter rather than just one particular holiday, especially once the kids are grown. So here we've got this classic, clean, modern mantle from Hearth Manor. Above it, a photograph. This is by Jessica Jean Martin, and this information is going to be available on the Cityline website. So you could do something as simple as this. I know a couple people in the audience today said that they're renting and they're just starting out. So there's nothing wrong with this at all. This is a perfect setup. But then as you get a little bit more money and you decide it's time to add something, they are for a variety of reasons, but particularly because of safety. You don't have to worry about an actual open flame, and they look pretty realistic.
Yeah, they do. Like, my kids run up to our mantle all the time and just grab them. Like, see, if that was a real candle, it would be a problem.
Your kids don't sound perfect, Trace.
Not perfect.
No, that's good. They're
just
not so
cute.
Sweet.
Just cute. Perfect.
So something simple off to one side gives it a little bit of edge. It's a little bit more funky. If you wanted to make it a little bit more classic, I would say then you want to do something symmetrical. Like place these glass vases. There you go. I'm going to give you one. Thank you. And put one on either side.
And look at how easy it is. So obviously these just collected from the yard or the garden, and these are gorgeous.
And that's a task the kids can do. Send them outside with a little pair of scissors if they're old enough and get them to get some branches. And very simple. And again, symmetry is going to make it a little bit more formal, but certainly gives it a nice, clean look. For winter, of course, we're thinking about things like branches. We're thinking about things like birch logs, just to create the atmosphere of the season. And then come springtime, maybe you're going to take the birch logs away, and you're going to replace it, perhaps with some vases that have some spring flowers in them.
Oh, these are nice.
So the winter time they can stay empty.
Now, do we want them right in the middle, or do we want them? Okay, I knew I did something wrong.
No, do you approve? That's the thing. When you're thinking about how to be really good at decorating, a mantle's a great place to start. Work on various ways to set it up. Take a photograph, because too often when we're looking at it live, we can't quite see what's wrong, but you take a photograph and suddenly you're an expert.
Right.
You can see exactly what's going on. So you can see this is super symmetrical. That may or may not be your groove. You may like something a little bit more asymmetrical. And in fact, I love when you layer a mantle.
Me too.
I love decorating the mantles with you, Tracy, because they always take a really good close-up picture of my backside, which is my best side. So thank you for that.
I'm just happy you're doing most of the work here.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Cityline. Years of me this way on Cityline. There you go.
Put that picture up.
There you go. But I love that layering.
Yeah, me too.
Isn't that
There's
fun?
something about it. I feel like all of us, a lot of us either put way too much up there or way too little? And that's where the experimenting comes in?
Well, way too little. One striking photograph, like the first one we started with, can make a statement. It can be an exclamation mark in the room, so that's okay.
Yeah.
That approach works better if you're modern or contemporary. It's not as good an approach if you're more classic or traditional.
Okay.
But experiment, have some fun.
Throw them in there.
They're faux antlers. We didn't, you know, those are just faux ones. But everything from Hearth Manor, the rug, the chair, the stool, everything. And the other thing I want to say is, really, for under $1,000, you could transform your living room or your bedroom with a new fireplace.
Very cool. That moves. I think that is great.